So here we are, towards the end of the year, end of the Obama administration, and this man is not going out with a whimper. He's making his closing argument of his presidency to the American people. What's his closing argument? That we must declare war on Israel. He is implementing a jihad against the only Jewish state in this world at a time when there is so much Islamic upheaval, not just in Arab countries, but in Africa, Europe, and even here in America. What is up with that? The only conclusion we can make from here is that those who felt from day one this president was an Islamo-fascist sympathizer were correct. What other conclusion could someone draw from the fact that this man is focusing on a couple of homes being built in the Sumerian and Judean foothills that you can't even see on a map at a time when ISIS, Al-Qaeda, all these radical Sunni Islamic groups are fomenting violence and terrorism throughout the Arab world, throughout the Western world. In fact, Obama and John Kerry, Secretary of State, have now shown that they are even more radical on this issue than the Arab leaders in the Arab world. They recognize, since the Arab Spring, the Salafist Sunni insurgency, that they're on the chopping block too. And this time they can't blame it on Israel. Something interesting happened when ISIS burned up that Jordanian pilot, burned him alive. That was a seminal moment in much of the Arab world when they recognized that America and Israel are not the source of their problems. The source of their problems lies among their own people in their own religion, the problem with radical Islam. They're not even calling for a Palestinian state now. Why is Obama calling for it? Unless he has ulterior motives. And one other thing. This notion of a Palestinian, unique Arab Palestinian people, a Palestinian state, west of the Jordan River is a complete myth. In 1977, Zahir Mushain, who is a PLO, Palestinian Liberation Organization executive official, told a Dutch newspaper, quote, "The Palestinian people does not exist. The creation of a Palestinian state is only a means for continuing our struggle against the state of Israel for Arab unity." King Hussein, the former king of Jordan, said that Jordan is Palestine, and Palestine is Jordan. Anyone who knows the history of the League of Nations mandate for Palestine in 1922 understands that Jordan, which was 77% of that landmass, was set aside as that Arab state. They launched a war of aggression against Israel west of the Jordan River, and their intention was to exterminate all the Jews there. They had armistice lines in 1949, and then Israel won back that territory in 1967. That land belongs to them as much as Florida and the Southwest belong to America. This nonsense must stop, and thankfully, come January 20th, there's an opportunity for it to stop. Come January 20th, it's time for Republicans in Congress and the new Republican administration led by Donald Trump to finally shut down this morally dyslexic myth that we need to implement and create a new Palestinian Arab state that will serve nothing more than a conduit for terrorism in the heart of the Jewish biblical homeland.